It's crazy to think how we went from this to this over the course of 26 years. And yet, the Pokémon games as a whole remain fundamentally unchanged. Capture and train monsters for battle and use them to overcome all odds and fulfill your destiny. Sure, there have been some departures from that core formula over the years. The second generation's Pokémon Gold and Silver versions introduced 16 gym battles instead of the traditional 8. Fire Red and Leaf Green versions are full-on remakes of the original titles rather than offering an all-new adventure, and Pokémon Sun and Moon got rid of the series staple Gym Challenge for instead Pokémon Trials, while also introducing several other innovations like using Ride Pokémon to cross overworld obstacles instead of HM moves, and introducing new regional forms for existing Pokémon. That being said, innovation in the Pokémon series has been at an all-time high in recent years. Between the 4 main series releases on Nintendo's current generation console, the Switch, the series has taken a variety of new shapes and sizes. But I'd like to show you how each of the Pokémon Switch titles has built upon the innovations made in previous ones to blaze a path forward in a direction where I think future mainline titles are heading. Let's go. No, really, let's go. Pokemon's first foray on Nintendo Switch was not quite the direction many were expecting. It came in the form of 2 retellings of the original Pokemon journey, inspired by the classic Pokemon Yellow version, complete with cutesy graphics, and new capture mechanics inspired by Pokemon Go. Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu, and Eevee were a major departure from series convention, since they were the first main series Pokemon titles not to feature a full national dex, which up until this point typically included all of the creatures that were introduced in prior games. Before Let's Go, no matter which generation your favorite Pokemon was from, you were able to obtain it in some way or another in the newest games. You wanted your old favorite Blaziken on your team for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon? There was some way to do that. But now, with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the national dex is severely cut down, as it only features the original 151, with some exceptions like Meltan, Melmetal, and a few Alola forms. While Let's Go didn't feature a full national dex, fans of the series understood due to the games being a reimagining of the original Game Boy titles, which themselves only featured those same 151 Pokemon. Let's Go also brought with it another new feature that we'll see in every title going forward. It was the first set of games in which wild Pokemon could spawn in the overworld. This is something many fans had called for, as it removes random tall grass encounters that are seen by many as archaic. It speeds up the exploration as a whole and makes for a more realistic and immersive experience. A good change in the eyes of many. Pokemon's Generation 8 titles, Sword and Shield, were announced in early 2019, and were highly anticipated as the Pokemon series' full-featured debut on home consoles. However, this didn't spare them from being the subjects of huge controversy, as many fans were outraged when it was later revealed they were to feature an abridged national dex for the second time in a row. Though the Pokemon cuts were not nearly as severe as they were in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, this was still a huge deal, since these games were thought to be the full return of the Pokemon main series on Switch. Up until this point, access to all past monsters and a full national dex in a new Pokemon game was thought to be a given. Of course, this wasn't taken lightly by Pokemon fans, which I understand, as every Pokemon is somebody's favorite, and no one wants their favorites being cut. However, many also saw the dex cuts as a sort of necessary evil. The already big list of Pokémonsters was growing with each generation, and arguably, it was becoming overwhelming, not just for players trying to catch them all, but especially for developers, who would need to include data for just about 1,000 unique creatures. Controversial bits aside, Sword and Shield gave us our first taste of free-roaming exploration and camera controls with the wild area, one of Generation 8's most highly anticipated features. In base Sword and Shield, the wild area in the center of the Galar region's map was an open, explorable area where wild Pokemon could run freely. With it being such a blast to explore, Sword and Shield's wild area was relatively well received, and many players wished for a future Pokemon game that featured entirely open exploration. In the months following its 2019 release, 2 paid DLC expansions for Pokemon Sword and Shield brought us more open areas to explore. The Urshifu-themed Isle of Armor featured what was essentially a whole new wild area, giving us a new set of land, sea, and caves to explore. And notably, the second DLC pack, the snowy Crown Tundra, was basically all free roaming and camera control. We could even explore the central village, Freezington, from this new behind-the-back free camera perspective. the wild area plus the 2 expansion packs were certainly a taste of what was to come for the series. However, after the Crown Tundra released in October of 2020, Nintendo and the Pokémon Company needed a bit more time to fully flesh out their ideas. A Pokémon Presents in early 2021 treated us to the announcements of 2 new main Pokémon titles. Enter the Generation 4 remakes, Pokémon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and the mysterious Pokémon Legends Arceus. Switch remakes of the Generation 4 Nintendo DS titles Diamond and Pearl have been long requested by fans, and they burst onto the scene in November of 2021, boasting an all-new toy-like art style. The games maintain the classic top-down perspective of the original DS releases, but brought the Sinnoh region into 3D. Character models feature giant heads on little bodies, almost reminiscent of Let's Go, which was a cute new spin on the visual design for a 3D Pokémon game. Despite the new look, the Gen 4 remakes stay just about level with Sword and Shield when it comes to innovating and pushing the series forward. The majority of the game is, as I said previously, played from a top-down perspective, just like the original Diamond and Pearl. But these remakes do take a bit of inspiration from Sword and Shield's wild area and offer some new, freely explorable areas in the revamped Sinnoh Grand Underground. Here, players can freely roam and encounter wild Pokémon in the overworld, so think of it as a series of mini wild areas underneath the surface of the region. I see Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl's release as a sort of pacifier to please traditionalists. Like myself, I love the games. The remakes feature some of the big innovations Sword and Shield brought to the forefront, but as a whole stayed relatively true to the originals and the core Pokémon formula that we've known and loved for decades. Perhaps Nintendo and the Pokémon Company felt like they needed this kind of safe title along with the arrival of Pokémon Legends Arceus, which is a pretty drastic departure from some of the series' conventions, in order to quell any potential backlash. In any case, these 2 big Pokémon releases were pretty much given to us back to back, as Legends Arceus dropped at the end of January 2022, just 2 months after the arrival of BDSP. The newest Switch release, Pokémon Legends Arceus, is perhaps the biggest departure from conventions the main series has seen throughout its 26-year existence. Legends is a completely different type of adventure. There are no gyms, no Pokémon League, and it is set much further in the past than any previous Pokémon title. Listing everything new in this game would take all day, but from just one look at some Legends Arceus gameplay, it's not hard to notice all the new changes and features, many of which were explored at the surface level in the older Pokémon Switch titles, and brought to a head here. For example, you'll notice right away that Legends Arceus features full camera control and free roaming in open areas, but this time it's not just for the enclosed wild areas or Pokemon hideaways, it's for the entire game. Having a fully open area exploration-based Pokemon game like this has been a dream of many fans for years, and it's finally a reality with Legends Arceus. Despite this, we must take the good with the bad, as a new trend in the series, cutting the Pokédex down and not offering a full national dex in newer titles, looks to be here to stay. Like the Switch titles that came before it, Legends Arceus completely cuts certain Pokémon from the game, which is no doubt disappointing. But perhaps, like I said, it's a necessary evil. In fact, none of the Pokémon titles on Switch offer a full national dex where every past Pokémon is obtainable. Is a full dex just something we'll have to live without in the series' future? We'll have to wait to find out the answer to that one. It's not all doom and gloom though, as Legends Arceus introduces revamped capture and battle mechanics, which are exciting new takes on these old classics and seem to have been well received, at least so far. In Legends Arceus, we actually aim a cursor to throw our Pokeballs, and now we don't even have to engage in a battle with a wild Pokemon to catch them. We can just sneak up on it and throw the Pokeball. In Legends, we even use materials we pick up in the open explorable areas to craft these Pokeballs. It's a vastly different yet refreshing system that in my opinion works pretty well. Instead of always engaging in a slow, turn-based battle to catch a wild Pokemon, it can now become a game of stealth and precision. Sneaking up on a Pokemon makes it easier to catch, and aiming at a Pokemon's back even nets you a bonus. Plus, once a Pokemon is caught, there's no cutscene. We're right back in the world, exploring without a hitch. It's almost effortless. And this same ease and flow extends to Pokemon battles too. For the first time ever, we can battle wild Pokemon from wherever we are on the overworld. We choose our Pokemon, aim our Pokeball, fire, and then we're straight into the fight. The turn-based Pokemon battles in Legends are pretty similar from the battles of old, but there are a few tweaks under the hood, like the new action timer. Now, based on a Pokemon speed stat, it could potentially attack twice in a row before the other Pokemon even gets a move in. Also, there is now the addition of switching between battle styles during a fight. Toggling your Pokemon's move to the strong style makes them hit harder, but they'll be slower on the action timer. Compare this to switching a move to the agile style, which makes them hit for less damage, but they will be more quick to act. The vast open areas of Pokémon Legends Arceus naturally entice us as players to explore them, and the game does a great job of letting us do just that. There are set missions to complete to progress the game's main story, but there's no deadline or hard limit on them. The story missions will grant you access to more areas, resources, and ride Pokemon that will allow you to clear obstacles and traverse even more of the land, but even without these, you're free to explore pretty much wherever you want at any point. I've seen players who are really diligent in their Pokemon research rank all the way up to very high star levels while just staying in the first area. Being able to freely explore is key to a game like this, and in this game, even exploring without a clear objective is a lot of fun. To add icing on the cake, Legends Arceus also has a side quest system which gives some added purpose to your exploration. Fulfill certain requests for NPCs and you can earn some nice item rewards. And the beauty of these side mission requests, they can be completed at any time, so there's no pressure to complete them. Just explore to your heart's content. Perfect. As you can probably tell, I'm loving Pokémon Legends Arceus, and I really do think it's the biggest and clearest looking glass into the future of the Pokémon series we've had so far. Even with the game only being out for a few days, I already know Pokémon Legends Arceus is going to be a success, and it's quite clear that Nintendo and the Pokémon Company will at least consider bringing many of its new mechanics into the future games of the mainline series, just like how we can see innovations from Let's Go and Sword and Shield in Legends Arceus now. We got our first taste of vastly changed core mechanics, Pokemon spawns in the overworld, and an abridged national Pokedex in Pokemon Let's Go. Then, Sword and Shield brought us a taste of the open area exploration we've always craved. Now, with Legends Arceus, it's easy to see how inspiration was taken from the experimentation done in previous Switch titles and refined to create a vastly different core Pokemon experience. And from what I can see, it seems like fans are loving it. It makes me wonder, what new features from Pokémon Legends could we see in a potential set of Generation 9 titles in the future? Will the next gen of Pokemon be fully open area like Legends? Will the capturing and battle mechanics be more like Sword and Shield? Or will the streamlined battle system from Legends win the day? Perhaps Gen 9 will feature a combination of both. Maybe future mainline titles will allow us to capture Pokemon directly from the overworld, just like Legends does. Or would it be best for us just to go back to random encounters? It might seem crazy to do that, but it's a valid question. Another one of my biggest questions is how Gen 9 will be structured. Pokemon games have always been relatively free with a focus on exploration, but Legends took this to a whole new level with the open areas and side missions. Will we see a similar type of progression structure in Generation 9, or will it be the standard gym challenge / Pokemon League type thing? And oh yeah, in Legends Arceus, wild Pokemon can actually attack the trainer. This is surprisingly dark and a direction I never thought we'd see the series go. I wonder if that's strictly a Legends thing, or if we'll continue to see the relationship between people and Pokemon explored more in future games. Either way, I can't wait to see what's next. Right now, I'm enjoying Legends Arceus to the fullest, and it's exciting that the future of Pokemon video games is completely unknown. But let's not forget, Pokemon Day is not even a month away at this point. You never know what we'll see announced then if the company is planning to release a Pokemon Presents. Is a next-gen teaser within the next month out of the cards? Perhaps an announcement or hint at some Legends Arceus DLC. Who knows, but when that happens, this channel will be all over it. So make sure to hit that subscribe if you haven't already. And one more thing. Are you already playing Pokémon Legends Arceus? Or are you planning to pick up the game soon? If you are, let me know how you are liking it. Drop me a comment below and let's talk about it. As always, thanks for watching everyone, and keep it locked here for more quality Pokemon and Nintendo content.